All right, welcome to EverBlackMedia.com. We are here with Our Last Enemy, who are about to drop their new single this week called Never Coming Back. How you going, boys?
Yo!
Good.
Awesome, man.
Good.
Good.
Excellent,
Hey,
excellent.
Nev, can we swear on this show?
You can. But this will be going
Nice.
up on all the YouTubes and the Facebooks and all out there in the...
So
I've
that
never
means
actually done one of these.
so we should swear a lot then.
Yeah.
What's Matt doing?
That's
Thank you,
Sorry,
Matt.
That is not the
Laptop
movie.
He was about to make this X-rated.
Yeah.
Well, boys, of course, you are releasing your new single, Never Coming Back, this week. So that's this Friday, March 27, ahead of the album. And it's been a long time coming, and everyone's super pumped. How's everyone feeling about it all?
Yeah, we're actually really excited. As you said, it's been ages between releases, and we've actually been working on this one behind the scenes for a long time. So yeah, we're just really excited to actually get it out there and share it with everybody.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's this? That's all right.
So I was just going to say, we're just excited to finally get it out there. It's been a while since we've released anything that's original material, and we definitely spent a bit more time this time around really fine tuning it as well.
Yeah.
So we really wanted to make sure it sounded like what we were hearing in our heads, and not following any sort of fashion. We just wanted to go with what we were feeling. So we're feeling good about it.
And I guess in a way, it sort of sounds like what we grew up loving, but new.
I get that.
Definitely.
I'm definitely hearing it. I'm hearing a lot of the classic sort of Our Last Enemy sound with some definite new influences in there as well. It sounds fresh. It sounds like you guys are definitely back with a vengeance.
Yeah.
It's kick ass, man.
Well, we've been really working at the moment, obviously, on socials and media and press, just trying to, as Matt said, we've been really fine tuning it. We wanted to come back, with a bang, not a whimper, so to speak. So really, the last few weeks just been amping that up. So we're just really eager to get it out there, to be honest.
And what's the story behind the title? Does it play into the overall concept of the album?
I think there's not like a tied kind of concept album this time around like we did with the Fallen Empires, but there's definitely common themes in there of just where we were at as a band in our headspace. And it's pretty dark, and we touch on some depressing and dark kind of stuff. But in a way, like we always do, we kind of confront that stuff head on, and by kind of like owning it and naming it, we kind of control it and put it back in our hands in a way.
I guess with the actual the title of this song, it's kind of like the first time a song has actually been about us. Usually it's always like a story, or it has little to do with what's actually happening with the band, whereas this time around it very much had to do with the band itself. There was a time where we were unsure if we would make another album, if we'd make more music. We even heard rumors. That's where the title comes from. We even heard rumors that people were saying that we weren't going to be back, never coming back. And so the title and the lyrics kind of they talk about a lot of the issues we faced. There's even references to arguments we've even had within the band. And we kind of, the title is kind of like a bit of a spit in the face to all of that. It's like, we fought to get back, and here we are. So it was kind of good to kind of name the song in honor of the struggle, I guess, to come back.
Yeah, I guess sorry.
No, we're going to get there. We'll figure all this out because, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've never done this before. This is actually really cool. So, sorry, man. You continue, dude.
Yeah, I was just going to just say what Matt said. So it's funny because, this song did start like the original way we write songs. Like it's a bit of a story. There's like a narrative, and it's kind of separate character. But then as we delved through that, we kind of realized that it did reflect us as well, in a way, what was going on. And I think that the original kind of narrative piece, I guess, comes out more in the film clip, which is coming out soon, where Dave really took that original kind of, character story arc kind of thing and focused on that. But for us, we found that it ended up reflecting what we were going through at the same time. So, yeah.
And that's Dave from Her Name is Murder Productions, who you've worked with before, legendary guy. You can probably see us when he says, "Hey, buddy." He's a good dude, awesome guy. Shout out to Dave. So how was it working with him on this?
I guess we're all hesitant to speak now in case you're talking over each other.
All right, so we'll figure this out.
Yeah, no, it was great. So as you said, we've worked with him before over the years, so we've kind of got that understanding and a bit of a shorthand, and there was that comfortable space for us. We knew we were in good hands, so to speak, and he's good at helping our vision come to life, and he's okay to listen to our feedback, and we're okay to listen to his feedback. And we just know they're just super professional guys. I mean, it's a real shoot, and we know it's going to turn out great. This one we had like professional makeup artists who just worked on the last Aliens movie. We had professional actors, a model. Like it was like being on a real movie. Like these guys are the real deal, and we've watched them grow over the years from just doing local bands to coming back from doing the Sepultura documentary and then doing our clip. So it's just.
And I guess there was working with them again. We have like a bit more of like a trust factor with them. So it even going both ways. So if we suggested something that I guess Dave was unsure of, or if he suggested something that we were unsure of, it was kind of a trust factor. If he was just kind of say, no, it'll be fine. You'll look fine. Trust me, it won't look what you're seeing in your head. So he, and we working with him before, we would go, okay, we know what he's talking about, which also let us kind of be able to speak our mind with him as well. So, we didn't really have to speak with much of a filter or, worry about how can this be interpreted wrong. We could just kind of go, I'm not sure about that, or this is what I'm thinking. Tell me if I'm wrong. And, so we were able to have which probably made things a lot faster too, in terms of not having to beat around the bush. We could just kind of really just kind of lay down what we were thinking. And I guess the biggest thing is seeing how much he's grown since the first time we worked with him. It's definitely the way he goes about it, the way he was able to, command on set was something that I really appreciated, especially when we're kind of worrying about little things like, where's my makeup? Who's got my latte? Little things like that.
Well, plus, he was also really good with me, who the last time, I guess, I even did any form of shoot was many years ago with some student somewhere. So he made me feel instantly comfortable. Pretty much was very good with going, hey, just pretend you're playing air guitar and play it all wrong, but I'll make you look really good, like you're playing it all perfect, and make you look amazing. And plus, great guy. He was awesome to work with, him and his brother.
So in regards to you, Wade, you've known these boys for a long time, but you're kind of the new guy.
Yeah, I guess it's sort of weird. I guess I've known these guys probably, since I was 17 or 18.
Yeah.
I won't say how long that is. But, but like, I knew Ollie before he was even in a band, let alone in this band. So it's sort of, I guess, it's just like hanging out with your mates. So it's great fun.
So obviously you live up here in Queensland and the rest of you guys live in Sydney. How was that when it came to writing this thing and being, did you do it over Skype or was it over the phone, or how did it work?
Well, I guess in today's day and age with technology, you can, if you've got a session of a song you're writing, you can just send that down. You can send MP3s down directly over Facebook Messenger, Especially if it's like, hey, there's like this one bit I'm not sure of, you can take a very quick video on Messenger and go, what are your thoughts? Or you can...
Which we did.
Yeah, we did quite a lot. And just, I guess the whole thing is like, the most work would generally get done when we're in the same place, though. Regardless of what we could do apart, the most work got done when we're sitting where I am here.
Yeah. So while we utilised technology to the best we could, there was a lot of flying going on. Up and down.
Because I know you came up a few times.
Yeah, and Matt came up a few times too, just to get the real bulk of it. Like we had the ideas out, and then just to have everyone in the room and be like, all right, let's just finalise this kind of stuff, and easier to communicate, I guess, and understand each other's ideas when you're in person. But
Yeah,
definitely
beers.
Yeah.
Plus, you can have beers in person. It's weird.
That's right.
Yeah, see? Yeah,
if you do it alone, like right now, because of the whole like isolation thing, it's just weird it's weird if you drink in isolation.
Nev, I'm in a band with alcoholics. I'm drinking water. Like
water.
There's some massive issues in this band going on. But, as Ollie and I were talking about before, we'll take that offline.
So Matt, how did you find working with Wade, who's over in this corner over here?
Mm-hmm.
How is it working with him long distance?
Fucking terrible, man. No, it was great. It is great.
It was.
It was great. It's not anymore.
It started off terrible, it got great, and then
the first thing I noticed when Wade joined the band was how extremely similar our riffs were. And you know, I even said to Wade, like one of the first sessions we got together and started working on things, that if I closed my eyes and, you know, someone said, oh, this is something you wrote, you know, a year or so ago, I'll go, oh, okay, because it sounded like something I would write. Very, very similar. So
I played a lot better, of course.
Yeah.
Wow, that was good.
Yeah, he played a lot better than me. Anyway, so working with previous guitarists that have been in this band, something I've always done is brought the sort of the meat and potatoes of a structure of a song to the band, and you know, other members would help kind of make it a bit more sonically different, or add a few more colors to it, make it bend in a certain way. And I feel Wade was very similar in that aspect, where he would come up with the you know, I was saying to the guys, it's almost like when you build a house, someone puts down the concrete slab and then everyone builds on top of that. And Wade and I would always, you know, I don't know if I'm putting words in Wade's mouth, but we would always be the guys that would put like the foundation down. And so then if we were both doing that same thing, we both had to start thinking slightly differently to how we would approach songwriting, and kind of pushing ourselves, or almost putting yourself in a different sort of mentality on what you would do or how you would move things. So he, you know, having Wade in the band made me think differently to how I would normally bring a song to the table, and kind of think, okay, well, that's the main crux of it, but what can I do to make this part special? So without getting into specifics, that's basically, you know, how looking when Wade joined the band is, it made me think, okay, how can I be different to how I was writing before?
Yeah, and I guess the other thing was the band years ago used to have a keyboard player, so they would come up with a lot of synth parts where I guess instead this time around, like, we all dabble in synths. I guess I probably dabble in them a little bit more than the other guys, but we sort of just get together and go, okay, what horrible noises can we put on top of these big riffs? We're like, oh, this actually sounds sort of gross. It could work. And then there's other bits. It's like, oh, hang on, no, we need something a bit prettier here. And to be honest, those bits take the longest. The nicer distorted bits we were fine with. We could make things sound disgusting and horrible very easily, but there were some bits where we really had to push ourselves into going, hey, how about some lovely melodies here, guys?
Yeah, and that's where we actually had, the more, not difficulty, but it took longer for us to do because we were so good at making the dredge and the nuts and bolts and the mechanical sounds and getting the riffs to go over a decent beat. But then when we had to try and make something move sonically and, almost beautiful in a way, we really had to sit and think. I think we even spent about 4 days. It was just Wade, Ollie, and I working on synths and just going over them and over them and over them. So, yeah, it was definitely a learning process.
Yeah, it was
And how was it?
Yeah.
How was that for you, Ollie?
Well, if your next question is what does the album sound like, it's 2 giant concrete slabs smashed together with some weird noises on top. All right,
No.
I think that pretty much sums it up.
And you forgot the angels singing as they were smashed together.
Yeah,
That's a good one. I like that. Well, so in regards to the 2 concrete slabs, that would have been a pretty big job for D.W. Norton from Super Highest, who mixed and mastered it, I believe. How was it working with him?
Yeah, it was really great. We got the right man for the job on that one. He really knew how to take all that. We use an analogy sometimes. It's like getting a football team through for a door frame. Like there's so much going on sonically, and to get that all together and have everything still stand out in the right spot. He did a great job and just added that next level of just that huge production that he's known for to it. And he had a lot of ideas he came to the table with, which we were open to. He really knew what was best for a song. So yeah, it was just great to help us take it to that next level.
One good thing was he was able to make us cut some of the bits that were a little bit ridiculously noisy. Like there are a couple of bits I can think of that I'm like, I'm actually really glad he made me cut that now, as mad as I was at the time.
And I kind of felt his passion for the project was like way beyond anyone else that we'd worked with that wasn't in the band. He was willing to, he'd say, okay, guys, are you ready for this? And we'd be like, what are you talking about? And he'd say, okay, so just sit with it for a minute. Don't give the initial reaction. Just sit with it, see what you think. Because he knew we'd go, no, that's fucked. We don't want it. No, just give it a go. And even if we go, no, that's fucked, change it back, he'd go, no, just sit with it. Trust me. And then we go, you know what? He's actually right. And he went well above and beyond is definitely a way to sum up his work. He definitely put his heart and soul into it, which was more than what we could have asked for.
At times, I thought he was going to end up with a head of hair like mine.
Yeah.
So, and you've also got John Sankey playing drums on here as well.
Yeah, so that's awesome. So, it was a happy accident, really. So, just as we were finally about to go into the studio and finish this record, our drummer at the time, Frankie, stepped away to basically start a family. So he had some commitments there, which we were totally cool with. So we were just lucky enough to get John Sankey. We showed him the tracks. He worked on one at first and was like, cool, let's get you to work on this one. And he was like, I really love the material, guys. I'd be keen to do the whole record. We're like, holy shit. All right, awesome. Let's do this. And he just took it again to another level. So we've just been building and building on this record. And yeah, as you know, he's a phenomenal drummer. He's been in Fear Factory, Divine Heresy, devolved heaps of awesome bands. And he's playing on this record is just great. So we were stoked. It was a really cool turn of events. And now poor Frankie has to learn how to play it live. So suck in.
Yeah.
But the good thing he's back.
And then having John and DW also know each other quite well. Yes. Also made it easier for us to communicate because they know the way each other works, and they would see things and go, oh, okay, I know where he's going with that, or yeah, okay, I know what he's doing there, and we'd be like, okay, cool. And so it was a really easy experience having John on the album.
Has the album got a name? Can you spill the beans?
Well, we kind of debated if you'd ask that question. So as you've probably seen, we've got like a bit of a whole, I guess, release strategy going on, and we're trying to build some hype and some mystery there. So we can't really give you too much away, Nev, but but there's definitely a title, or should I say titles? All I can say is it's not going to be a traditional release as such. We're trying a few different things, but what we can say is you're going to get a lot of music and a lot of releases from Alice Enemy in 2020. It's going to keep coming.
Awesome.
Because we're all stuck at home, we can't do anything else. You know what
I mean? In saying that, it's a really crazy ass time out there right now. I mean, a lot of people are locked indoors, and I think a lot of people are getting creative. But you know, in saying that, have you guys started cooking up further ideas being cooped up at the moment?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I know you, Wade.
I know Wade has.
Sure.
In between,
I can't help it.
In between drinking beer and playing Doom, he's
Doom Eternal rules.
Played his guitar a bit. Yeah.
So if you look at the band as a gun and releases as bullets, we have the chamber filled and we're looking for another pack on the ground. So what we're doing at the moment is looking for the pack on the ground. So, you know, this is going to come out soon, and then we've got stuff to lead us for a while, and then we're working on stuff to back that other stuff that's not out yet stuff. Yeah. So we're kind of backed up.
Yeah.
Too much fruit juice. I hope you've got the toilet paper, mate.
TP.
Yeah. I got a little one. Just a little one. So I mean, the band has definitely evolved over the years, and you seem to continue to. Where do you see the band this time next year? You know, Corona, Sharknado, nuclear holocaust. You know,
just in terms of where we physically be, I think we'll actually finally be touring this record, because it doesn't look like we're going to get to do the big tour we had planned for it this year or anytime soon. That's for sure. But yeah, we've got our eye on continual releases, touring both here and overseas, and obviously working on that next pack of bullets, as Matt said. Yeah, but in terms of our sound, we think it's still evolving, and I think even the new and next releases you're going to see from this recording is going to be another step in another direction as well, and you're going to go, okay, that's another side.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, is that you know, we've got this video clip coming out now for Never Coming Back, and then, you know, this song and this video is definitely kind of like a main vein Our Last Enemy song. It's kind of like for our fan base. So, you know, that's for them, and that's something that we wanted to get out. But the next one is going to be a bit of a swerve. I don't think people are going to really expect it. It's still going to be us, but it's definitely going to be a bit of a swerve, which we're looking forward to. So I see, you know, the same but different coming forward.
It's the same but different. There's a couple of days.
Yeah,
couple of days.
There's a lot of swerves. A lot of swerves.
That's awesome, guys. It's awesome to have you guys back in action, that's for sure. And March 27, the single drops, but you can pre-order it right now. You know, I appreciate you hanging out on the show tonight, guys, and all the best.
Thanks, Nev.
Get your asses up to Queensland and let's play some metal.
Yep.
We will, as soon as the border opens up, we'll be there.
Yeah, but that means I have to have them at my house. I'm not sure if I want that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's all right. That's okay.
Soon. When we're allowed to.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Well, boys, thank you so much again. I don't know how long we went, Wade. How long is this? Did we go over the half?
No idea, but it's still recording.
We're having a good time. We're having a good time.
I mean, I guess the other thing we should say is we want people to pre-save this song on Spotify.
Yeah.
So that's a good point. That's something I did forget. Thanks for reminding me. So hit us with all the links.
We will. Depending on when this interview actually goes out, we may just want you to actually go and listen to it.
Either or.
Yeah. It's on Spotify. That's our main push at the moment. Pre-save if you can, but if you use Apple Music or Google Play, it's on pretty much every digital streaming platform on Friday 9 a.m. Hit it up. It's going to be everywhere. we'd really appreciate that. If you can add it to your playlists and save it on your Spotify lists and all that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff really helps bands in this day and age. Absolutely. So we'd just really appreciate that. And look out for it. We're really excited to share it with everyone.
I guess, yeah. And also leave us a comment. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
And merch.
Only good ones, though. I don't like the bad comments.
No.
I get angry and emotional.
We are still working on some more merch.
Okay.
We are going to release a store very soon.
LRcinema.com.
Yeah, we're just in the final touches of testing the store. It seems to be good, but we've got a little bit more to do, but very soon.
Damn, websites.
And the video should be out the week after the audio drops. And let me tell you, it is not safe for work. So hopefully you're working from home, because it's safe for work from home.
I think everyone's doing it at the moment anyway. So, hey, has it got a bit of what's in it? That's
everything. When you turn on like SBS at night and it goes, the following program features. It's got everything in it.
Yeah,
nice.
Then a little bit more.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah. That's what we want. That's what we want. All right, Wade, Ollie, and Matt, thanks for joining us on the show again. I'll see you boys soon, and take care.
Take it easy. Thanks, Nev.
Thanks, Nev.
Cheers. Thanks for that.